fam, what's going on? My name is Bree Riley and this is a super quick video with some of my favorite stretches just to leave you feeling really good as a great way to keep your mobility up, to prevent injuries, and then also, like I said, to help you feel nice and stretched out and really good for your day. So we're going to get started right away, hopping into tabletop, all fours. So bringing your hands underneath your shoulders, knees coming underneath your hips, and both of those are shoulders distance and hips distance apart. Toes can be tucked or untucked, does not matter. And moving through a couple of spine mobility exercises. As you breathe in, drop your belly down and lift your chin up. When you breathe out, push into your hands, tuck your chin towards your chest and curl your spine. Keep moving through this with your breath. Breathing in to drop your belly down, pull your shoulder blades back. Exhale, tuck and curl. Maybe two more of these at your own pace. See if you can get a little bit more movement in your spine each time. And of course, taking your nice deep breaths, get your oxygen flowing through your body. And then coming back into a neutral spine. We'll stretch our calves out just real briefly. So bringing your right foot back behind you, tuck your toes under, bringing your foot to the ground, and then as you push into your hands, you'll start to feel the stretch along your calf as your heel reaches towards the ground. The more you push with your hands here, the more stretch you're going to feel. So this is up to you on how much you want to do. Just take one more deep breath in and out, and then switch sides. Left leg comes behind you, pressing your hips away, pressing your heel down, pushing with your hands. Full breaths. And then coming back in. This time, walk your hands just a little bit farther forward. Tuck your toes under once more, and then lift your hips up. Working on straightening out your legs, but it's okay if they have a big bend. Just try to keep your ears between your arms. Take one more breath here, just holding to get this nice full body stretch, and we'll use it to transition into our next posture. Deep breath in, reach your right leg up, and step it as far forward as you can. If you find that your foot stops short, it's okay if you use your hand to help pull it forward into a nice lunge shape. Dropping your back knee down, and then try to stack your front knee right over your ankle as you let your hips press forward. You may find that as you hold this, your hips press more forward and this knee will shift more like over your toes. So just keep inchworming your foot forward to keep that nice little stacked angle. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Letting your hips press forward. And remember, there shouldn't ever be any pain when you're stretching. So you want to go just to the point where you feel it's productive, but there's no pain happening. And then pressing into your front leg, you're going to move your hips straight back. Stop when your hips stack over your back leg and start to flex through your front foot. If you have any blocks or even like two water bottles or a wall that you want to hold on to, if your hands can't reach the ground, that's very helpful. It can be up on your fingertips, and again, it's okay if you have a bend in this leg, especially if you don't have any props for your hands. Taking some nice deep breaths, stretching along your hamstrings, the back of your leg. This tends to be really tight for a lot of people, so be nice to yourself if this is super tight for you. Try to relax your shoulders, your jaw. Big deep breaths. Option to just stay here if you'd like to add an IT band stretch. Really add a good flex to your foot, so pulling your toes towards your shin. And you're going to walk both hands over towards the right. The more that you fold and the more that you twist over towards the right, the more intense this gets on the outside of your leg. Again, balance can be tricky, so blocks are really nice here. Holding for just one more breath. If you've taken the IT band variation, come back to the middle. And we're just going to move back and forth a couple of times. So bending forward, pressing back. Couple more of these, just stretching it out. And then we'll step back into downward facing dog. So planting your hands down, lift your back knee, pull your core in and Switching sides. Left leg lifts up, breathing in. Exhale, step it as far forward as you can. Again, you can always use your hand to help. Dropping your back knee down. Toes can be tucked or untucked, and again, going for that 90-degree angle between your knee and your ankle. Nice deep breaths. Try not to let your knee wobble out or too far in, so keep it again, it's straight up and down. Hips are pressing forward in that big stretch through your hip flexor. Notice if you have any tension you can let go of. And the deeper you breathe, the more benefit you get. You're filling up your muscles and all the places that were tight as you stretch them out, all that good blood flow and circulation going in there. It's like a little bath for your muscles. Feel all squeaky clean after. And then press your hips back to half splits. So you're staying in a straight line. Try not to let your hips slip off to one side or another. And then flexing through your front foot. And then you choose how much you bend your knee, if you want to put anything underneath your hands. But try to keep your hips stacked over your knees. So it's different than the one where you sit all the way back. This is a great stretch, but it's not quite as productive or efficient. This gets the most bang for your buck. Nice full breaths. Option to stay here. Or to take your variation where you really flex your foot. It's okay if a little bend happens. Walk your hands over to the side. And the more that you twist and the more that you flex and bend forward, the more you're going to get here with that. And again, no pain in yoga, so this one can be pretty intense. So it's okay if you just take it in a little bit of a lighter variation. Maybe a little less twist, you just slightly lean over to one side. One more breath. And then coming back to center if you've twisted over. Bending into your leg. Tuck your back toes, lifting your back knee. Step it back to down dog. And then drop your knees down. Take your knees open nice and wide. Bring your big toes to touch. Walk your hands forward. Maybe keep your hips high for just a moment as you let your chest press down towards the ground. Option to bring your pinkies down, your thumbs up, just stretching out underneath your shoulders. Good one if you sit at a desk a lot. And then press your hips all the way back. Reaching your hands forward. Take just a couple of breaths here. If you're taking this class in the morning, maybe set an intention for your day, how you'd like to feel today. When we set our intentions, then we are in control of how we react to our day, rather than just kind of allowing our day to decide for us. One more breath. Lift your hips up just a little bit. Walk your hands over to the right. Press your hips back towards your left heel. Option to keep your head lifted, or you can drop your forehead down. Just getting a big side stretch along your left side. Really focusing on big inhales, maybe even holding your breath at the top of your inhale to really get that stretch along your ribs. Awesome, awesome. One more breath. Coming back to the middle, switch sides. Reaching over to the left. Drop your hips back to the right. And focus on big inhales. One more breath here. Notice how it feels in your body. And then coming up. And sweep your legs around to take a seat. You can sit any comfortable way, maybe crisscross. We're just going to do a brief little twist here. So focus on sitting up really tall. Take your right hand, pull it across to your left knee. Left hand is going to support you by your hip and sitting really, really tall first, then starting to gently rotate over. Maybe looking over your back left shoulder. And don't worry about how much you twist. Worry first about sitting nice and tall and then revolving. Full breaths. Pull your belly in. See if you can untwist with no hands. Switching sides. Left hand comes to the outside. Right hand supports you. Sitting up tall first, then looking over your back shoulder. Nice deep breath. So if you can sit a little taller, maybe look a little bit farther. One more breath in. And then pull your belly in tight as you breathe out. Maybe see if you can lift your hands first. Come back to the middle. Okay, and then lastly, we'll finish with just a couple brief neck stretches. Option to use your hands behind your head, or you can skip it entirely, but start by bringing your chin down towards your chest. We'll do like 3 breaths each stretch. 2 more. Last one. And then maybe using just your right hand, bring it over towards your left ear. Your left hand can come by your side, and you can choose. You can go straight over to the side, or you can look diagonally like you're looking down towards your leg, or you can kind of rotate back and forth here. Stay for about 2 more breaths, just getting this side stretch of your neck. And then coming back up to the middle, switching sides. Left hand comes by your right ear, right hand can just relax. Maybe straight to the side, maybe you rotate down, or maybe you go back and forth. Try to relax your shoulders. Breathe into your belly as much as you can. 1 more breath here. If you find a tight spot, stay. Coming up, roll your shoulders out. Breathing in, scrunch them up, hold it nice and tight, 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 tight. Exhale, drop it down. 2 more. These are really great for releasing any stress. Breathing in, squeeze it up nice and tight. Hold it, quick exhale, quick drop. Last one. Breathing in, reach it up. Quick exhale, quick drop. Good. Shake it out. And that is the completion of our morning, or perhaps any time of day stretches for you. Thank you so much for joining me. May you walk in peace today and every day. Namaste.